Yeah, so I think number one, people talk about it a lot, but it really should be emphasized. It's to have a really, good attitude and mentality going in. A lot of people, they think they know what investment banking is like, but then they're on the job and, maybe they don't have a very good attitude about it. So I think like going in with the attitude, like, listen, like I'm going to work really hard this summer. I'm going to learn a ton. I'm going to do everything I can to add value to the team. I think that's the most important thing, having good attitude, because no one really likes to work with someone who's complaining all the time, etc. It's really good to have. It's really important to have an attitude, good attitude. And I'd say number two, you know, I think being in the mindset of like, okay, how can I make life easier for people? Like that's really ultimately what's going to get you the full-time offer or not. If you're, doing work and it's taking, it's, giving more work to your analyst and, causing him like more time, that's probably not the best thing. But if you're doing something that is saving your analyst time and, helping the team move forward, that's a very, very good thing. So having the context of my like, all right, like, what am I doing? Like, is this going to help the team out? Is it going to save time? And, what are some pain points that my analyst is facing right now that I can help tackle and help address to help the entire team move forward? So I'd say like that's number two. And number three, I think trying to establish relationships with the people you work with. It's one thing to just like, be given a task and like complete it and, submit it, whatever. There's another to like, after you submit the task, like after you've been working with someone for some time to, ask to grab coffee, ask to grab feedback, and really, try to, make yourself better as well as getting to know the people you're working with, because that goes a long way. Because at the end of the day, like we're all like, people, and it's a profession that requires a lot of relationship developing. So I would say those are the three things that I was really concentrating on.
Yeah, I think attitude is huge, especially when, analysts have been there and they're working at 16 hours a day, whatever it is. They want someone who's gonna, pump up the environment a little bit, bring in a little bit of positivity, and just know that, if you're an intern and you're complaining and you've been there for like a month, just know that the analysts have been there doing that for 2 years. And they've likely been doing a lot more work. So, having that positive mindset is enormous. But I think what it comes down to in interviews as well as the internship, which you could argue is kind of just a 9-week long, 10-week long interview, is that I think there are three main things as well. And one of them is that, are you intelligent? Like, can you pick stuff up quickly? Like I said, like a lot of this stuff you're not going to know out of college or through your clubs or through your guides or whatever. This is just going to be stuff you're going to have to pick up on the job. So, are you intelligent? Can you do this work? Can you actually meaningfully, thoughtfully think about things, analyze things, and really pick stuff up quickly? Also, are you someone that they like? Like, are you someone that they could see themselves working with? That's huge. Like Paul said, this is a very much relationship driven business, and you need pretty solid people skills, soft skills. So, can they see themselves working with you like in the bullpen for like 16 hours a day? That's huge. And also, can you do the work? So like, are you hardworking? I think one quote that I like a lot is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And it's just, are you willing to just put in the hours to grind, to pick up that work that, no one else is able to do or wants to do, those pain points? Are you able to alleviate that? Are you willing to, put in those extra hours to really be a valuable member of the team? And I think really if you meet those three criteria, that's, you're very far along the way of receiving your full-time offer.
I will just add two things. I think those were good answers. I will say over the years of seeing this, one is attention to detail. So like the things that you are given, kind of doing them right, checking them, double checking them, making sure, if something's off, etc. And number two, I would say is I think people are super overeager in a lot of cases, but when they're given something, they're immediately hit with like, oh, I don't know what to do. And they kind of go back and ask a lot of questions, which is okay to ask questions, but spending that time up front to like understand what you're given, I think it's just not enough to just say, hey, I want more work. And when someone gives something to you, I think just taking it, absorbing it, and then trying to get a game plan and then asking questions that shows thoughtfulness, I think goes a long way.